John, what is your reaction to the Buster-only report of the Mets checking in on Freddie Freeman? What do you think the likelihood is of this being a match?
Listen, you can't count anything out with Steve Cohen. We know that, Michelle. But it still seems like a long shot to me. If they can do it, yeah, go ahead. Why not? I mean, Freddie Freeman obviously makes you much better offensively, gives you that much better of a chance to win right away this year and the next couple of years. And you also take him away from your number one rival in that division, the Braves, obviously. But still, I just have a feeling somebody is putting this out there to try and create a little more leverage to get a deal for Freeman with the Braves. The Braves don't want to lose this guy. I can't believe, it's been reported they've made a 5-year offer. He wants 6 years. I just can't believe that it's going to come down to them letting him go over one year or something like that, as much as he means to that team, to that city, and everything else. So I still have a hard time believing it, but if Steve Cohen's he's got the money. He can if he's really out there, he can outbid the Dodgers. He can outbid the Yankees. We know that. So it'd be fascinating if Freeman truly is out there.
Well, you make a good point. It definitely makes sense. We checked in on your optimism level earlier this week. After the last 4 days of meetings, are you feeling even less optimistic of an agreement coming to fruition?
I guess you could say that, Michelle, but I've been pessimistic all along. This is the showdown that people inside the game have been talking about for years now, since the last agreement, 5 years ago, where the players felt like they took a beating and allowed the owners to kind of establish a de facto salary cap with that luxury tax threshold. They've wanted revenge. It's personal. The sides don't like each other. We saw that with they couldn't work out anything until they finally got that 60-game schedule during the COVID year. It's still, to me right now, I tweeted about this yesterday. This is a kind of a charade. Nobody's really doing anything. The owners are pushing the players to see if they can get them to a point where they're going to start losing paychecks, or at least the real threat of losing paychecks, get them to crack. And I think that's their plan all along. They're not really making any substantial offers. They're not even talking about the luxury tax threshold, which is the key issue in this thing. So, yes, very pessimistic. We'll see what happens on the 28th, which is the deadline they've set now. So they're going to cancel games, and with that, paychecks.
Yeah, well, we've talked about it ad nauseum. The sport already missed games due to COVID. How big of a hit would the game of baseball take, in your opinion, if they do announce game cancellations after that Monday deadline?
Yeah, it would take a hit, no doubt. We saw it after '94. The game was kind of brought back. There was a lot of disenchantment on the fans' part. It was brought back. Partly, Ripken got some credit for that, for his streak, his Ironman streak, and then as we know now, the steroid-fueled home run chase between McGwire and Sosa. But I still think fans love baseball. Maybe not the way they used to in some degrees. The game has changed somewhat, but I still think fans come back. It's more of a regional sport than a national sport like the NFL. In certain cities, and especially in New York, the fans are always going to be there for the Mets and Yankees. And I think the players and owners, they know that. They're a little bit arrogant about it, no matter what they say. And I think that's part of the issue here. They don't really think that they're going to lose a substantial amount of fans. And, we'll see. If fans, if they really want to, make a statement, they can make a statement by not watching games, not coming to games. But I have a hard time seeing that happen.